Arubuni, Amurununi. Arubuni, Amurununi. Arubuni, Amurununi. I and you for me. I for you, and you for me. I for you, and you for me. This is a call for unity, a phrase expressing the unity among the Garinagu people, also called Garifuna, also called Shabbat Dan, also called the tribe of Dan, throughout North Central and South America scattered, known as the Caribs, Black Caribs. Arubuni, Amurununi. I for you and you for me. Let us be unified in the Father. And before we begin this lesson, we're going to talk about the name Yahawah. That's the name that we're going to talk about, okay? We're going to talk about the name Yahawah and go into some understanding of the name Yahawah, okay? We're going to go into the name Yahawah, but first, we want to do a little bit of understanding in Spanish de la Santa Biblia. Vamos a leer. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. Vamos a leer del libro de San Juan, capítulo 16, versículos 9, 20 y 21. Juan 17, versículos 9, 20 y 21. Y se lee así. Dice, yo ruego por ellos, sus discípulos, no ruego por el mundo, sino por los que me diste, porque tuyos son. Él dice que yo ruego por los discípulos que el Altísimo dio a él. Está hablando el Salvador. Okay. Pero hay más, en versículo 20, él dice, más no ruego solamente por estos, sino también por los que han de creer en mí, por la palabra de ellos, para que todos sean una cosa como tú, oh Padre, en mí y yo en ti, que también ellos sean en nosotros una cosa, para que el mundo crea que tú me enviaste. Y quiero platicar para algunos momentos sobre lo que dice el Hijo del Altísimo en su oración. Él está orando para sus discípulos y más, y también para, en sus propias palabras, por los que han de creer en mí, por la palabra de ellos. Él está diciendo su oración también para los que van a creer en la palabra de los discípulos, van a creer en el Salvador, porqué de la palabra de sus discípulos, como sus 12 discípulos y los que han escrito libros sobre la vida y las lecciones de la vida del Salvador. ¿Me entienden? Pero una cosa que yo quiero poner foco en este punto, que él dice en versículo 21, discúlpame. Él dice que para que todo sea una cosa como tú, oh Padre, en mí y yo en ti, que también ellos sean en nosotros una cosa, para que el mundo crea que tú me enviaste. Él está diciendo algo muy profundo, pero también muy sencillo. Él está diciendo que el mundo van a ver, el mundo va a ver, la gente, las personas van a ver la verdad de su vida, la verdad de su mensaje, la verdad de la salvación. Que todo el mundo crea que tú me enviaste. Cuando qué? Ellos sean una cosa. Cuando nosotros, la nación de Israel, la nación de Yahawah, la gente del Altísimo, cuando nosotros somos una cosa, nosotros vamos a tener más de un impacto en todo el mundo. No se importa la escuela, o la iglesia, o la sinagoga, ¿cómo se dice? No sé cómo se dice el acento en cualquier parte del mundo, de la palabra, yo no sé. Disculpen, sinagoga en inglés dice. Pero la cosa que digo es que no se importa a cuáles de estos millones de grupos te pertenece. Lo que se importa es para tratar a unificarnos como una nación abajo de los mandamientos del Altísimo que Él dio a Moisés y abajo del poder de la salvación del Hijo del Altísimo, el Mesías, HaMashiach en hebreo. ¿Ok? Y por eso todos de los grupos, todo de la iglesia, ¿ok? Y vamos a pronunciar esta palabra correcto, porque aparece en Lucas 4:16 y dice, sinagoga. No se importa lo que se llama la sinagoga tuya, lo que se importa es para todos los que creen en el Salvador, en los mandamientos, en la verdad de la Santa Biblia, para unificarnos abajo de los mandamientos y el Salvador. Porque cuando nosotros salimos de aquí, vamos a salir como una nación. No vamos a salir en 200 grupos, 200 escuelas, 200 iglesias, 200 sinagogas diferentes. Vamos a salir como una nación. Y ahora nosotros tenemos que practicar la esfuerza que quiere el Altísimo y que quiere su Hijo, el Salvador. ¿Me entienden? No debemos malgastar esos tiempos muy importantes dividiéndonos. No debemos dividirnos más. Hay que unificarnos abajo de la creencia de la salvación de Hamashiach, el Mesías, y abajo de los mandamientos y las leyes de Moisés. ¿Ok? Esto es lo que quiero decir a todo el mundo. Y lo que hago ahora, yo voy a leer en inglés para explicar lo que he leído en español. Okay, so, pues, in John 17, verses 9, 20, and 21, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Verse 20 and 21. Neither pray I for these alone. Neither pray I for these alone, but also for them which shall believe on me through their word, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. So you see, what's important is for us to unite ourselves. It doesn't matter what school you come from, what church you come from, what synagogue you come from, what organization you call yourself. What's important is that you believe on the Messiah, Hamashiach, and that you believe in the commandments and the laws that were given to Moses for the 12 tribes, for the children of Yahawah. So what Hamashiach is saying right here is that the more unified we are, the more the message of what he is, the more the message that his Father gave to him, the more the world will believe that he was sent by his Father. He says, they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. So the more that we become one, the more the world believes that the Father did send his Son into the world. But the unification of the people is what propels this message, is what propels this message, is what propels the understanding of his message of salvation. But we have to unite first as one body, as a nation of Yahawah, as a nation of Israel. Not all these different divisions and camps and names that we have now, which is okay if it's to identify who you are as you unite with your brothers. But some brothers use their camps to identify who they are instead of uniting with their brothers under Yahawah HaMashiach, as some people call him. Some people say Yeshaya, some people say Yeshua, some people say Yahoshua, but he is Hamashiach and also called Hamashiach, okay? So we have to believe and we have to unite, because this is the prayer of the Messiah. Esta es la oración del Mesías. Y hay que tratar a hacer la oración del Mesías una realidad. This is the prayer of the Messiah. And we have to, it is necessary to try to make the prayer of the Messiah into a reality. Okay? So that's what we want to begin with. And forgive me, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahawah, Ahayah, Yahawah, Achad, Wa Ahabta, At Yahawah, Ahayah, Bakal Lababka, Wa Bakal Napashka, Wa Bakal Ma'adka. Hear, O Israel, Yahawah, our power. Yahawah is one. And you shall love Yahawah, your power, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Shemai Yasha Allah, Yahawah Ahayah, Yahawah Akkad, Wa Ahabta At Yahawah Ahayah, Bakal Labanka, Wa Bakal Napaska, Wa Bakal Ma'adka. Which translated en español decimos, oye, Israel, el Altísimo, nuestro poder, el Altísimo, uno es, y amarás al Altísimo, tu Dios, tu poder, de todo tu corazón, de todo tu alma, y con todo de tu poder, con todo el poder, la alma y corazón. ¿Ok? Hay que amarlo con todo que tenemos. Okay. Now we finish with the explanation and few of the formalities. Las formalidades se acabó. Okay, so now we'll say, what is Yahawah? Okay, what is Yahawah? What is Yahawah? Okay. Where does it come from? Yahawah is composed of 4 ancient characters or letters. The first is a Yad, represented by the symbol or pictograph of a Yad, which looks something like this. This letter is a hand. The second is the Ha'ah. This letter means to behold. The third character in the name Yahawah is a Wawa. This character is symbolic of a hook and is called a Wawa. The fourth pictograph is identical with the second, which is a Ha'ah, which means to behold. And if I can, I wasn't going to do this, but looks like I want to now. What I can do is make these letters for you. Okay? This is the first letter, which is a Yad. The first letter is a Yad. Okay? And I hope that the camera can pick this up good. Okay? First letter is a Yad. You can mark that up a little bit. Okay, hope that's better for you. This is a Yad, and this means a hand. The next character is a ha'ah, which means to behold. To behold. The third character that we have is a Yahawah. Yahawah means a hook. Okay? Means a hook. The fourth letter and the last letter is identical to the second, which is another ha'ah. This gives us our word Yahawah. Now we have a dot in between because Yahawah is actually composed of two different words. Okay? Two different words. The first letter, ha'ah, the first letter, Yah, is a pronoun prefix, which means he. Yah, Y-A, means he. The second part of the word is Hawah. Hawah, which is the third person singular conjugation for is. He is. So it becomes he is. Salakia. He is. He is. Hawa. From the verb, of course, Ahayah. Now, we're going to do another lesson to let you see that the things that people say about the word Yahawah, when you look in the when people go to the Strong's Concordance, they see Yahawah, and they say that it means mischievous and things like that. Well, when you look at the word Ahayah, you have the same entry for Ahayah. Now, when you look at the word Hawa, and you look at the word Hayah, you have the same entry once again. All right, but it's the pronunciation that changes. They're not the same word. It's the pronunciation that changes. And the Strong's does tell you, though, that this is not a word that's used in the scriptures, but it's just a conjugation of the word. But those words aren't used in the scripture that way. So now we see that it's made of 4 different characters. Okay? Now, the origin of this word and name is itself from the very mouth of the Creator. Okay? The Creator came from His mouth and said these words to us. And in the next video, we'll go into some of the Bibles, and we'll show you in the Bibles how this word is actually used in the scriptures also. Okay? Now this word was told directly to Moses, the prophet. Moses, or Masha, was the first in a long line of chosen people who heard the name Yahawah. Yahawah first told him his name to Moses. Abraham is our father and was chosen by Yahawah to be the carrier of a divine covenant contract to be kings, rulers, and priests on the earth. This was passed to Isaac, to his son Jacob, and from Jacob to his 12 male descendants, the children of Israel, Yahshua. However, Yahawah was known to our progenitors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as Allah Shaddai, which also is El Shaddai in the modern Hebrew, but Allah Shaddai in the ancient Hebrew pronunciation, which means God Almighty. When Allah Shaddai or El Shaddai began to bring the children of Israel out of Afro-Egyptian slavery, we still knew him as Allah Shaddai. And the Ahayah, or the God, or the power, the Ahayah of Abraham, the Ahayah of Yitzchak, Isaac, and the Ahayah of Yahawah, Jacob. Now the Ahayah means the operative, active, and recognized entity of power. This definition is illustrated to us by the original pictographs of the word. Ahayah. Okay? The operative, active, and recognized entity of power is the meaning of Ahayah, based on the pictograph. The name Yahawah, again, is composed of two grammatical portions. The first portion is Yah, which means he. It is loosely translated as he. When attached to a verb or a noun, okay? When attached to a verb or a noun to create a name, it means he. The pictograph, or the ideological understanding is one of force, power, and authority. Force, power, and authority is the meaning of this letter Yah. Y-A, not Y-A-H. Y-A-H actually means to behold the force, power, and authority. Y-A-H actually means to behold the force, power, authority. Okay? Now this force, power, and authority is enlarged in direct association with the next verb or the subsequent verb or noun of a name. The verb portion of Yahawah is Hawa. Ha, wa, or and ha, or he, wow, and he, or he, vowel, he. So H-A-W-A-H is the next portion of the word Yahawah. Now, the verb construct Yahawah, the verb construct Yahawah is a primitive root meaning to be. The verb construct Yahawah is a primitive root which means to be. Okay? Now, thus Yahawah means he exists. He is. The verb Hayah also means to be in the infinitive. For example, go is the infinitive. I go, you go, they go, we go, she goes is the conjugation of the verb. So Ahayah means I am. Yahawah means he is. The infinitive is the verb hayah, which means to be. Now, hayah, okay, hayah also means to be, once again, it is a variation of the verb Yahayah, which we see as the first recorded commandment spoken into being. Spoken into being, which was Yahayah award in, believe it's Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. Genesis chapter 1, by the Ahayah, chapter 1, verse 3. Okay? In Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, it reads, Waya'amar Alahayim, Salakli, not verse 3, but verse, let's see, verse 3, Salakli. Waya'amar Alahayim, Yahayah award. Yahayah award, which is right here. Okay? Which is right here. Might have to zoom in. With your phone. But right here we have Yahayah. Okay, we have Yahayah in the modern type of Hebrew. Okay? Right here. Yahayah awar, which means be light. Be light. So this is one of the conjugations of the verb Hayah, which is Yahayah. This is not the infinitive, but this is another conjugated form which we see in Genesis, by the Ahayah chapter 1, verse 3. Okay? Now, if we also look in this Hebrew Bible, this Torah, okay, which is put out by the House of David, in verse 3, it says same things. We have the Bar Alahayim Yahayah, okay, which is right here again. Okay, Yahayah right here. Okay, we have Yahayah right there. Okay, Yahayah, the 3 letters. Okay, Yahayah. Okay, that's in the ancient type of Hebrew, and this is in the modern type of Hebrew. We have 2 different forms of the Hebrew, which means be light, or let there be light. Yahayah awad. This verb hayah is used in varying forms or different forms as Yahayah and Yahayah. Once again, Yahayah and Yahayah. Okay? On each of the 6 active days of creation. So, when we're told of the 7th day of rest, we're given an elaboration of the events and conditions which led to the forming of Adam, our common father. Now, it's during this discourse that the name and title Yahawah Alahayim is first presented to us. And once again, in Genesis chapter 2, we won't look at the English, we'll look at the Hebrew. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 4. Now we're going to skip down. It says, Bayawam Aishwath Yahawah Alahayim Aratza Wa Hashemayim. Okay, which means in the day made, okay, in the day made, Yahawah Ahayah, which means powers. Aratza, which is the etymology that the word earth goes back to this word, Aratza, which means earth. Wa Hashemayim. Hashemayim is the word that means heavens, but also means water. Hashamayim, that which is waters. Liquid, fluid, movement, sustaining life, changeable medium, okay, into useful forms, which is what the heavens illustrate this to us, and the heavens also give us this. Okay, so now here it says Yahawah Ahayah. Okay, so here right there we see Yahawah right there, and then over we see Ahayah. Okay, we see Yahawah. Okay, Yahawah Ahayah right there. Okay, so we have Yahawah Ahayah. Okay, I'm trying to get it on two cameras at one time. Alright, so Yahawah Ahayah. Yahawah is there, and Ahayah is right next to it. Okay, so we have Yahawah right here. We have Yahawah right here, or if you will. We have Yahawah right here. Okay, Yahawah. Then right beside Yahawah, we have Ahayim, which means powers. Yahawah Ahayim. Now this is in Genesis chapter 2. So there should be no controversy. You shouldn't have to go into Exodus chapter 3 and Exodus chapter 6. But we're going to explain these things in the next video that we do about the name Yahawah. But let us continue with this lecture. Now, even though the name Yahawah was not carried with our predecessors, Yahawah still saw fit to reveal his name in no uncertain terms and on numerous occasions to Moses, Masha, and to all of the subsequent prophets. We cannot overlook this fact. He revealed himself as Yahawah to every prophet that came after Masha, which is Moses. Okay? And of all of the chapters within this Torah, this Torah, okay? Of all the chapters that appear in this Torah, okay? Of all the chapters that appear in here, okay? And of all these chapters that appear in this book, I want to say a very, very important point. Of all the chapters that appear in here, which is the interlinear Chumash, of all the chapters that appear in this book, which contains the instructions of the Most High, okay? The name, okay, Yahawah. Now listen real good. The name Yahawah appears in over 90% of the chapters in the Torah. In every Torah you pick up and read the ancient Torahs. Okay, we got the Torah from the house of David, which is by Israel. We got the Torah here, which the Masoretic form of the Torah. Okay, Masoretic form of the Torah. And then we have the Torah here, which is the so-called Jewish and Samaritan version, Shalom Aleichem, and the Samaritan version. Okay? So, Salaklia. So no matter what form you look at, no matter which of the ancient Torahs you want to pull out, which scrolls you want to pull out, in 90% of every ancient Torah, the name Yahawah appears in 90% of the chapters, which means there's only 10%. So out of every 10 chapters, 9 of them are going to have the name Yahawah in that chapter. Okay? Now, when you go into the book of Psalms, which has, most Bibles have 150 chapters in the Psalms. Now, when you look at the Psalms, what we have to understand is that the name Yahawah appears in 93% of the book of Psalms of the 150 chapters. Okay? 93% of the chapters contain the name Yahawah. Okay? So, who among us had the audacity, the gall, the effrontery, the nerve to produce the abominable lie that man or Satan himself, the prince of darkness, placed the name Yahawah within the chapters written by the inspiration direction or in respect for the mighty Yahawah? Who among us dare make that claim without one shred of any ancient biblical text to prove their allegation? Who among us will be so bold but Satan himself? Because Satan talks, but he can never prove. And if he does prove, he proves it through his own sources that he created, that he made, that he constructed, that he built. He never can produce evidence from the word of the Most High. He cannot go into the old Bibles written in Hebrew. He cannot go into the original Bibles that were written in the Greek that still had the name. He cannot go into the ancient records, the archaeology, the buildings, the tablets, the stones. He cannot go into these sources and show any name but Yahawah. He is. Now, who can present any scriptures that predate our oldest scriptures that we have and show us the true name other than Yahawah? Produce it. Who can leave their evidence found on stone buildings and devilish manuals and amass the Hebrew scholars of old, their writings and the Hebrew buildings bearing the name which deposed the name, the letters Yud He Vahe, as they say, or Yad Ha'ah Wawa Ha'ah. Who can produce these records? Okay? We're not talking about something that somebody carved into a stone. We're talking about writings and Hebrew buildings with names carved into them, which all bear the name Yahawah. None bear the name that would try to rival Yahawah. Who? Who can show any other name in history and archaeology from our own Hebrew sources that we did? Ancient records. Who? The resounding collective report to these utterly defenseless inquiries is but single. None. None can produce any Hebrew evidence. None can produce any Hebrew Torahs. None can produce any Hebrew Torahs, records, archaeology, scrolls, nothing. No one can produce anything other than the name YHWH. None shall ever be able to present the words of any prophet of Yahawah, which nullify the sacred and honorable name of Yahawah, Yahawah, Yahawah. All of our sacred writings reverberate the eternal name Yahawah. Yahawah is pronounced by us as Yahawah without any vowel points. The only vowel sound is that which is the first sound of our alap by Yah alphabet. That is the sound ah. The verb to be is even in our times. If you look in any good concordance, look at the root of the word hayah or the root of the word hawa. In any concordance that gives the etymology of the word Yahawah or the etymology of the word Yahayah or the etymology of the word Hayah, you will see that that verb is still pronounced and written as Hayah, which is Hayah. The verb to be as Hawa has no reason not to be pronounced in the same pronunciation construct as Hayah. It has no reason not to be pronounced as Hawa. The same construct, when you look at the records that we still have, those records say Ha-Yah, Hayah. Thus, we arrive at the natural pronunciation of Yahawah. Yahawah. Now, we can pronounce it three different ways. We can pronounce it with the accent on the second syllable, which is most common in Hebrew, or we can pronounce it on the third syllable, or we can pronounce it on the first syllable. Now, the pronunciation would be Yahawah or Yahawah or Yahawah. Let me say that again. Pronunciation on the second syllable is Yahawah. Pronunciation or accent rather, or emphasis on the third syllable is Yahawah. 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 accent or emphasis on the first syllable is Yahawah. Yahawah. Now, there are many other variations which may be arranged by different vowel points of E and O and even U. But without these vowel points, we arrive at the natural sounds of Yahawah. As I stated, we will produce other records and documents that show you the archaeology, that show you some of the records, and that show you the pronunciation and the antiquity of the word and of the name Yahawah. Okay? So, when we produce documents and records in Yasha'Allah, representing the government, Mashara, Yasha'Allah, the government of the people, when we produce records for the people, on behalf of the people, they come from the records of the people. They come from the books of the people, because we are the people of the book. If you cannot substantiate your claim on the records of the Bible that you stand upon, then you have no valid claim. If your documents or your records do not go back to prove your point, then I would question the authenticity and the validity of such a point. So, I've seen different videos of archaeology and Masonic temples and churches and cathedrals, but I've never seen any record. I've seen words being used, but I've never seen any documents disproving the bibliography. Bibliography means the written biblical records that compose our accepted documents. All the ancient records they find, whether it's at the Dead Sea Scrolls, or whether it's at Gezer, or whether it's in the Americas, all the ancient records have the name Yahawah. All the ancient scrolls, whether you're dealing with the Yemenites, whether you're dealing with the Falasha, all right, no matter who you're dealing with, you always find this name Yahawah in the ancient records. And it is upon that we stake our claim, because we put 100% faith in our records, in our documents that our prophets left us by the power and by the grace of Yahawah Ahayah, which is Yahawah, our power. You cannot listen to an English lesson and get understanding of a Hebrew word without using that Hebrew word and showing and proving the strength of this word and what it means in our language. It bears very little, it is of very little import what Masons put on buildings in Europe when it comes to proving who we are in the name of our power. Because we know that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And the Most High said, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. So we know that Hashatan, the adversary Esau, the Edomites and the Gentiles can take what is good and make it for evil. That's what they did with the Torah. That's what they did with our prophets and our understanding of the Bible. They took it and used it to create evil and to do evil. So with that we say, Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha'Allah. Okay? And we also say, I for you and you for me as one nation. Arubuni, Amurununi. Arubuni, Amurununi. Arubuni Amuru Nuni. I for you and you for me. We are one nation, one people, one source of knowledge, one power which we worship, one Savior, one faith, one baptism, one resurrection, one group in the wilderness, one nation shall inherit all things on the planet Earth. So with that we say, Shalom, Shema Yasha Allah Yahawah, Ahayah Yahawah Akkad. Shalom Lakam. Hallelujah.